Hello, everyone, and welcome to my once weekly show. My name is Michelle Marie, and if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've been gone for a while. Jonathan and I moved to Mexico. So there's Jonathan. Hi, honey. He's representing our new channel, The Boomer Mill, where we're going to be basically going through all of our various travels and just sharing with you what we're seeing politically on the world stage and everything else, because we're taking this very seriously, what's going on in America and in the world. So I just want to thank you all for joining us, and I'm really excited to get back into readings again. I know it's been a long time, so if you continue to follow me and support me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I did lose about a lot of subscribers in the last month, so I'm really hoping that I can get some of you back. I did not leave. We just had to make a big move. And if you guys are seeing our background, this is our neighborhood. How amazing is that? We actually are staying in a friend's Airbnb right now, and tomorrow we move into our new apartment, and it's right on the beach. And we got a 2 bedroom, 2 bathrooms. So if any of you guys are looking to jump, we got a place. So we're really excited to start this new chapter, and I really appreciate you guys for joining us and just being a part of our journey. So thank you so much. And so yeah, let's go ahead and say hi to some of you guys. Kriti, it is lovely to see you, Kriti. Thank you for joining us. Rooted Willow, it is lovely to see you, dear. I can't wait for the 4th. I'm really looking forward to that. Roots and Waves, Ange, it is so lovely to see you. Thank you so much for the congratulations. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. We are staying in an Airbnb right now, and we're going to head into our apartment tomorrow. So it's exciting stuff. And Happy New Year, Rose Blue. Thank you for joining us. Oh, I hope you guys had a wonderful time last night. Mexico really knows how to party. Don't you agree, Jonathan?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like 1970s level party, and I was there in the 70s. These are some really happy, hard rocking, a little bit of drinking people. It's again, I haven't seen this many people truly expressing positive emotions in a long time. Because they're not being.
Yeah, yeah.
In
And
a good way.
everyone is so friendly here and just we go to, okay, you guys, I just went to the grocery store. We got 4 bags of groceries. Guess how much? I'll let you guys guess in the chat. 4 bags. We're talking avocados, like, and we didn't hold back. We got like some fancy vinaigrette. We got some avocados for dinner. We got some homemade tortillas. They make them like every grocery store here. They will make tortillas on site. So you come home with like piping hot ready tortillas. It's amazing. And tortilla chips. So it's like, and I could never eat those things before, but because the water and the fruit here is so good, I don't have issues digesting my food for the first time in like, I don't know, 40, how old am I? 41 years. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, but I'll let you guys guess how much 4 giant bags of groceries with like, cheeses and like nice things in them cost. So oh my gosh. Oh, I'm seeing some of you guys come in. Rose Blue, it's 11:11 on my phone. That is amazing. That's our wedding anniversary, dear. So that's a very special number for Jonathan and I. And Rachel is here. It is lovely to see you. We're sending you and Ollie lots of love. Yeah, I've been showing Jonathan all of Ollie's pictures. He's just so adorable. And it's glad to see. We're really glad to see you too. And Amanda Carroll, Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. Great photo. We had a ton of fireworks last night, guys. It was crazy. It was all up and down the coast. And Jonathan got about 16 minutes of it. Oh my gosh, Mexico knows how to party. And then we came downstairs and it was like there's glitter everywhere. It's like it looks like Times Square outside. So it was really fun. And then our friends Tom and Kiara took us out and we did music and this beautiful cliff venue, and Jonathan had a really good birthday. So thank you for all the birthday wishes for Jonathan too. He's 74, so it's a good year. JR, Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us.
Who
It's
knew?
lovely to see you. Yeah, totally. And Jessica Lynn is here. It's lovely to see you, Jessica. Happy New Year to you too, love. Amanda Carroll, wow, yeah, I agree. Yep. And happy people, wonderful. Everyone is so nice here. There's even guys that are like head to toe in tattoos, and like they're a little scary looking, and they're like, "Oh, buenos dias, ¿cómo estás?" And it's like, what? So it's like everyone's really sweet. And yeah, we actually did a really beautiful walk down the Maricone the other day. Tons of people, and there's like really like subtle but nice police presence in the area, so we don't have to worry about a lot of the things we did in the last place that we lived. So that was pretty cool. Okay, Rachel says $10. Ange says 50. Rose Blue's the winner. It's $25. It was $25 for all those groceries. And we're talking toilet, like I have a whole 4 big bags of really nice stuff. Like we're just like, how is this possible? So, and yes, we went to our happy place. Thank you, Rose Blue. And yeah, $200 would be the American equivalent. Actually, that's like 2 bags of groceries in America. But yeah, it was $25. So Rose Blue is the winner. And yes, I will go ahead and get you a reading for JR. Go ahead and tag, I'll put you tag that. And Susan, it's lovely to see you, Susan. Welcome, welcome. I missed you. It was great seeing your choir practice the other day with Daniel. I love to hear you guys sing. And oh yeah, I'm telling you, they are so good. They come out hot. It's just absolutely delicious. And okay, you got a New Year reading, Ange. I'll go ahead and put you in the queue. Hi, Amanda Carroll. Yep, you're there. Yep, terrific. I completely agree. Totally, totally. Okay, Rose Blue, I got your question in. Yeah, $25. Can you believe that? We were so excited. It was like, we love it. And well, Rachel, you never know. I mean, I know there's Canada, there's Mexico. We're kind of keeping our bags light, and we're doing temporary rentals right now because we're not really sure how the mass deportation and everything else is going to go. Because we're going to talk a little bit more about that on the Boomer Mill. We've been really following the campaign, Project 2025, what's coming out. Yes, we actually watch his speeches and take notes, which is really difficult, but it's important because then we can find out what his plans are, because he basically is saying everything out loud. So we're preparing. So Risa, it is lovely to see you. Beautiful photo. Love it, love it. And you're thinking about getting into astrology. That's wonderful. I'm probably going to be offering classes. So if you're ever interested in Vedic astrology, I'm your girl. And saying hi to Susan. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, any books for beginners? Anything like, if you're looking at Vedic astrology, Kamala Sutton. If you're looking at Western, The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need by Virginia Woolfolk is really good if you're looking for that, JR. Okay. All right, Risa. Okay, so astrologically, follow my channel. I actually just did a video on the stuff that's coming. It's a lot, and I'm going to be doing more in the future. Just to let you guys know, the eclipse coming this March is going to be really intense, and then May of 2025 is going to be drama. But I'll be releasing more updates regarding that. And then tomorrow we have a Rahu in Pisces is going to be aspecting Mars in Cancer, and they're going to be doing a little dance there. And then we have a Mars retrograde and a Jupiter retrograde, and I actually covered that in my astrology video that I did for January. So please check that out if you want to look into the astrology of the month, along with any remedial measures that you can do. Okay. Yes, you may. I will put you in the queue, Jessica. And just to let everybody know how the show works, we do tippers first, and then we go ahead and we do the rest after that, because we want to honor that. And hi, Sharon. Lovely to see you. I'll go ahead and put you in. And you're welcome, JR. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's a lot, Rose Blue. It's a lot. And we're kind of disappointed in the way that the Democratic Party is handling it. It's like, stop bringing spoons to knife fights, guys. It's just crazy. So we just feel a little abandoned, to be honest with you. Anyway. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry you're concerned about you. Okay, I'll go ahead and get you in the queue, Rachel. You'll be first. And we're happy to see you too, Rooted Willow. Thank you for joining us. It's just lovely. Jackie's. Hi, Jackie's. It's so good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for saying hi to everybody. We'll be back online soon and supporting. We're in an Airbnb right now. We're moving into an apartment tomorrow. Then we've got to get our internet figured out and everything else. And we'll be back on. So to say hi to everybody. But we missed you so much. We missed Scott and just everybody in the chat. We just adore you guys. And so we can't wait to get back in and just chat with you guys and catch up and find out what's been going on. So I know, Rachel, that's crazy. So Rachel is in the Army band, and she is going to be sitting in for Melania at the inauguration. So she's going to have a front row seat to the crazy. Now, I did pull some cards for that, and I didn't get that anything too big was going to happen in the beginning because they don't want to freak people out. They want to keep them calm until they come in and get things done. But, you know, my cards are changing every day because they're changing every day, and you can't really predict that level of that mindset. Okay. Oh, the vote is on third for speaker. Okay, thanks, Rose Blue. Very cool. I know. I agree with you, JR. It just I feel abandoned. You know, it's like you guys, what the heck? It's called the law. Let's enforce it. And singing or doing something else wacky. Okay, Rachel. I look forward to probably spotting you. So we'll be watching it. Oh my gosh, crazy! It's just amazing that we have someone in the audience that's actually going to be there. So that is nuts. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get to your questions. Please let me know if you tipped. Okay, Rachel, you let me know. And Jonathan, can you tag people from your tab, or is that going to be too difficult?
I am probably not going to be able to do that right now.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Well, I appreciate your patience until Jonathan gets a laptop because we only brought one laptop. We brought a carry-on and a suitcase for both of us.
And a
So,
dog.
and a dog. Well, Rosie was a carry-on. So, and oh, just to let you guys know, it took us 2 days to get here. We had to sleep in the LAX airport on the floor. It was just crazy. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get to Rachel's question. All right, you're concerned about your safety here. I'm trying to change my approach at work. Anything that comes up would be great. Okay, you got it, girl. All right. Do. All right. Yeah, a lot of infighting going on. I agree with you, Rose Blue. Just tip. Okay, thank you so much, Susan. And go ahead and get your question in, and you'll be right after Rachel. Okay, dear? Okay. And thanks for your patience, because Jonathan can't do backstage stuff. He's working and he's on a tab. So, because again, we only took one with us, one suitcase and one carry-on, Rosie. So we packed light. We want to travel light because we're not really sure if even Mexico is going to be a viable option, because my cards are saying he's going to cause some issues with this country, and I don't blame them for retaliating because I would. Okay, let's see. All right, Miss Rachel. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to take care of that. All right, so Miss Rachel, I got a lot of cards for you here, dear. Let's see if I can get you a Ganesha one so I can give you some encouragement. It's going to be, okay. There he is. All right. Oh, you've got a decision before you, my dear. Okay. So the first one I got was Rahu. Okay. Now, Rahu, the North Node, is what caused the April 8th eclipse. And that's when I said Project 2025 is going to happen. And no matter who becomes president, their agenda is going to go forward. That's because it was eclipsed. And they used the eclipse energy to basically slipstream the election. Okay. I got that you're not going to see a lot of the results of your hard work or efforts to maybe move or do something right now because there haven't been enough steps to get you prepared to do that. Okay. This could be, it's likely because you are still very entrenched in your work position and you're going to have to take some very major steps in order to make that happen. Okay. There will be an opportunity coming for you. I got the Four of Cups, but you may ignore it. Okay, so if there is an opportunity coming for you, take it. All right. They're saying number one thing is I know you have a Vedic Aries moon. I know it's Taurus and Western but they're saying don't fight. Stand down, okay? Try not to draw too much attention to yourself, because standing up for yourself right now might not be the best option, especially if you're doing it publicly. It might not be seen as kosher, all right? But the main card I got the Five of Swords reversed, okay? It's easy to forget that not all battles can be won. Okay, sweetie. So surrender does become necessary at times, because I got that Seven of Wands reversed too. So maintain a very honest attitude about your experience and avoid putting a false facade on while you're dealing with this. Okay. What else? You're gonna feel a little defeated. Okay, sweetie. So just reflect on your past and analyze your behavior during those times on how to kind of get past this defeated energy. If you ignore those past lessons, it can result in repeated defeats. Okay. Show the universe what you've learned from your current defeat, or any kind of sadness that you're feeling in. You're all feeling a little defeated right now. You're not alone there. So this is not the time to tell anybody your plans or your secrets. Okay. That's not going to improve your situation. And try not to envy other people's victories or their lives right now, because it is going to be a difficult year for Americans. Okay, sweetie. It's not going to serve you well, but I did get that once that opportunity does come for you, and one will come, that you will have a decision to make. Okay. And your decision is, do you just go with the flow and stay with the status quo? Or do you make a very decisive decision to change your life for the better? And this is going to be a big step for you. You're not ready yet. Like I said, that your efforts are not going to bear fruit because you don't have everything in place yet. Yeah, if an opportunity comes, you can take it, but obviously plan, strategize, and don't tell anybody else what you're planning and strategizing. Okay. Obviously, you're going to have to check in with work and supervisors and things like that, but don't share it with too many people. Okay, because that could result in something it not working out for your best or highest good. But I did get that opportunity will eventually come your way, and that you do need to take some steps to prepare for that, and not just kind of wait. Does that make sense? I hope it does, sweetheart. Okay. Yes, I got myself stuck and stopped applying to things. Should I continue to? I don't know. If it is in a direction where you feel safe, where you feel you are headed, then I would start making plans, but I wouldn't make any big actions or steps yet, because I got that 10 of Wands reversed, which tells me that what you do now, you will not see the fruits of your efforts. Okay. When I get that card for the day, I go, oh no. And I'm like, it's a video editing day. How am I going to do that? And Jonathan got to see something that should have taken 15 minutes, took me 4.5 hours, because my, like, the software wasn't working. And he's just looking at me going like, yep, that's 10 of Wands reversed. So take a step back, wait for that opportunity to come. In the meantime, behind the scenes, make your plans. Don't share them with too many people. Obviously, be responsible and tell the people that do need to know. But you will have a decision to make, and that's what's going to really spur things on. Okay. I know, sweetie. So I think that's why I got the Four of Cups for you. Is you're just kind of like, I don't really know what to do. You're like feeling a little defeated. That's what I got. A little kind of bullied, and a lot of us are feeling that right now after what happened. So, okay. Well, I hope that was helpful, sweetie, and I'm sending you lots of love. It is lovely to see you, Shem. Thank you so much for joining us. It's great to see you. And Susan, okay, I got your question. You are next. Yes, Ray and C. You've got, and Anne says you got this, Rachel. So you've already got some wonderful guys in the audience helping you out. Okay, Miss Susan, you are next. Ooh. Oh, wait, oops, sorry, we got to do Jonathan. So let me go ahead and let Jonathan talk. You tell him a little tired. Okay. Anamorphia. Okay, I will go ahead and get your question in. Okay, go ahead, Jonathan.
I just wanted to say that I've spent a lot of time around women. I had a very close relationship with my mother, and she had a larger family, so I had female cousins and such. And I have a profound respect for women as individuals, and also I believe women in a lot of ways, and this is proven physiologically and psychologically, and intellectually. Women have abilities that men don't have, and one of the abilities that I've noticed is that women can feel when there is a change coming, when they're in danger, in other words. So if you feel there's a change coming, there probably is. And if you feel that you're in danger, you probably are. I'm not saying get paranoid and, just lock yourself in your room. Be alert, be aware of your surroundings, be aware of what people are saying to you. At worst, you just know more about what's going on around you. I didn't feel that you're in immediate physical danger, but we've just spent several months being in a sort of hanging Chad version of danger, which is that one step in the wrong direction and you get sent back to the beginning of the line. You have to start all over again. And I was stupid enough to make that step a couple of times, got us sent back to the back of the line, and felt like an idiot because I did it, because we were moving fast and I wasn't looking at what was going on. So that's what I'm a new convert to paying attention to what the heck is going on. You have to be able, particularly now, this is not a time when we can just sit back and think, well, what did my grandfather do when the president went crazy and decided to fire Congress and take over the government with his Russian buddies? Well, let me think the last time that happened. Oh, wait, it hasn't. So we're in strange new times, and we have to be prepared to see strange new things happening and deal with those things. So what you're seeing now and feeling now is probably a reflection of the meta picture that's going on. I mean, the amount of change that's happened since we left is more than happens typically in a decade. Not to mention, we might do a show about politics, or maybe on Boomer Mill we'll do a show on politics, because I've seen a lot of elections and I've never seen anything like this last election, and that's all I'll say now. But I feel that you feel change coming. I know that you've wanted a change. I'm kind of in the background most of the time in the show, so I see people's questions in the chat and such. I know that you feel like you're running very hard on a treadmill. You're not getting anywhere, but you're developing your chops, you're developing your muscles. So the first thing to do is sit down and really be honest with yourself and say, should I stay where I am, or am I better off going? And you need to take safety into consideration, where 5-10 years ago it'd be a consideration, but it wouldn't be top 5 considerations. So I believe you need to concentrate on defining what you want to do, defining how possible that is, and then look at the availability of being able to do those things. But, and I'll probably say this more than once, just please understand, the world that you're dealing with now is not the world of even 6 months ago. Things have radically changed. Things are gone that were here for decades, if not hundreds of years. They're gone. Social norms, gone. All these things are gone. And okay, I'm the guy walking around carrying a sign that says the end is near. But what if the guy's right? So be cautious, but be curious. And you have a good circle of friends, which includes us. So keep exploring, but keep your eyes open, and keep petting that puppy, because they do help. They can take some of the energy, that negative energy, out and just walk it away. Hope that helps.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. We hope that helps, Rachel. And yeah, I was, that's how I really stress too. And we have actually the hill that we are on is like, the grade is, what would you say the grade is, Jonathan?
40 degrees.
Yeah, and it's cobble, and we carry all of our groceries up there. So I am like getting so buff. So it's a great stress reliever, because we're just exhausted by the time we get up to the hill, because it's an 80-degree weather. So
Yeah, if you want to eat, you have to exercise.
Yeah, Rachel, don't run away, okay? What I got was that you have an opportunity coming, just wait for it and plan behind the scenes and don't try to fight this too much. Okay, sweetie? All right,
Take a
so
breath, Rachel. Take a breath, seriously.
lots of breathing. Okay. All right, sweetie. All right, lots of deep breaths, and you can all. I'm always on Facebook. Okay. All right, Anamorphia, welcome. I went ahead and got your question in, dear. Okay. Mr. Rodrag is here. It is lovely to see you. I hope you're doing well. As you can see, this is our backyard, Puerto Vallarta. That's our background. So we're happy to be a resource for you, dear. It's lovely to see you. Happy New Year. Okay. Yeah, our calves are getting built. And Jonathan already has like 4 legs. And so it's just like, well, you do. His, how do I say this? We measured your, anyway, I think it was like my thigh is the same as his calf. It's just crazy. He's got these giant muscular legs he was born with.
I had
So,
did a medical examination because I had an injury to one of my legs, and the doctor said it in the record that my legs were rather unusually muscular thick.
yeah, and they said that he had the legs of a longshoreman.
Yeah,
That
but
was
not
the
the
exact
jump.
quote. I know. Oh, and thank you, Jackie. Yeah, we're definitely we're acclimating. So we're here at Airbnb, and then we're going to move into our apartment tomorrow. So, and thank you so much. Um, yeah, we are near a huge, we're right up at the very, very top of the hill here. So, and then the place that we got is right on the beach. So we're going to be able to walk right to the beach. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, we're married. Thank you. Good to see you. First name, last name. Okay. So let's see. Oh yeah, JR, I get you. It's definitely a trick. So let's get to the lovely Susan's question. Doo-doo-doo. Polar freeze notwithstanding, I have an appointment on the 13th in Kentucky. Congratulations, with a nurse practitioner and the office of the surgeon. I'm hoping to repair my complex hernias. I've been working with an austerity diet, physical therapy, and such to best prepare me for a favorable response. What is best for me to keep in mind as I meet her and increase the chances of having this needful surgery soon? Or any other information to help me receive and successfully survive this extreme abdominal event. Okay, you got it, girl. Okay, so the main thing that I got is you need to do what absolutely makes you feel secure. Okay, spending time at home, resting, trying to find a place that really works for you. Then I got Aries. Aries is kind of a new card. When I get Aries in the 4th house, this tells me that they're having you maybe consider the way that you look at home from a new perspective, a fresh perspective. I asked what that was going to look like, and I got Gemini. So really communicating what you want and what you need. Okay, so the 4th house is all about doing what makes you feel secure regarding the surgery. Aries is all about new things, and Gemini is all about communicating your needs. And it literally says what is believed about what you want to be known, using the quickest way to kind of get your point across to the medical professionals. Okay, so communicate. Also do some research. Ask other people. Ask them for referrals and say, hey, look, I'd like to maybe see what you've done with other patients and things like that. All right. I did get that there is going to be a delay of some kind. Okay, I got the South Node. This is kind of an anxiety card. Things might not be working out right away for you. Don't be anxious when this happens. It is for your highest good. Okay, so, okay, got it. So they're trying to teach you something that you have carried forward from a past birth, and the process is going to experience some delays and some past life glitches in order to lead you toward a higher spiritual understanding of why you're going through this, and so that you can pass this test and, okay, level up. Okay, so they're really going to help you with some of the things physically so that you can level up as a soul, because that's what a lot of physical ailments do. They call us dis-ease. And when we have dis-ease in our life, it's literally the divine bringing all the atoms together and saying, okay, I'm trying to get your attention. This is how I would like you to change as a soul. And I'm going to do it in this human body because it's full of nerves. So it's a great way for us to learn because, when we're poked in the human body, it's a little different than when we're experiencing life in spirit, which is free and without this limiting adjunct. So they're using your body in order to elevate your soul. All right. So that's why you're going to experience some delays, some anxieties along the way. See them as lessons because they're trying to steer you in the right direction so that you don't carry this dis-ease with you into your next birth. Okay. This is what I got for the type of role that you're going to take. Queen of Cups, listen to that beautiful intuition. Okay, dear. This, as you can see, she's looking into her cup. She's looking for answers and she's relying on intuition rather than intellect to get that across. Okay. The next thing that I got was I got the Page of Pentacles. Now, when I pulled this, they said she might be looking for another place to put her money. Okay, for entertainment purposes only, Trump has already announced that he's going after the FDIC. That's what basically keeps our savings accounts safe. Okay, he's also doing some other things. So Jonathan and I are actually researching places that are safe to put our investment because American banks may not be safe. All right, that's just a side because you're going to need the money to pay for the surgeries. And if they get rid of Medicare and Medicaid and various insurance programs and they cut those things off, you're going to need to put your money somewhere where you can get to it and pay for these procedures. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. We're still doing a lot of research, Rachel. So that's definitely something we're looking into. Okay. So this is the kind of energy that they want you to step into. Okay. Page of Wands. This is a very beautiful, youthful spirit. Look how happy and healthy she is. Okay. So get ready to have a period of youthful excitement, vibrant energy. That's what's going to help you push through this. Once you're able to get past this literal block, this physical block, you're going to have a lot more enthusiasm and there's going to be a lot of new experiences coming your way. Okay. But they want you to take on more of a youthful approach to the situation. And they're saying that one of the best things about you right now is your unshakable belief that something wonderful is waiting for you. Okay, that's very Page of Wands. Just, tap into that beautiful charm that you have, that spontaneity, that romantic spirit that I know that you share with Daniel, and just use it to captivate those around you. People they can't help but be drawn to like that contagious enthusiasm and that zest for life that I know you have. So infuse everything you do with excitement and passion. Look forward to things. Replace the anxiety with excitement and youth. So if you feel like you're kind of rushing headlong into this situation, take a moment to collect yourself because I did get that South Node. And don't let impulsive behavior turn into impatience, irritability, or anxiety because that can happen a lot with some of the things that we're dealing with, especially on a physical level. So just stay focused and composed to achieve your goals. So lastly, I went to Ganesha, and Ganesha is fabulous because this is exactly what I hope to pull for you. I got the Be Candid. Okay, here he is holding the chakra that rules what's called the Vishuddha chakra, and it is a beautiful teal chakra that controls our throat. Okay, it's our spiritual voice, and he's basically saying, be tactful, be truthful, let them know exactly what your needs are. Don't hold back. If you're feeling one way, express it. If you're feeling another way, express it, but do so with enthusiasm rather than anxiety, and your message will be received very clearly. Okay, so keep all of your doctors to the loop. Make sure that everyone is communicating because I did get that Gemini energy, and take control. Also realize that there are going to be some hiccups along the way. They're made to help your soul grow in some way and level up. And I know you already have 11 divisions on your Jupiter. Jonathan's kind of learning a little bit about that, so he knows how special that is, which makes you a healer of the world. Okay, and so take that energy and use it to heal yourself. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you tons of love, Susan. Thank you so much for joining us. I just missed you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next week. And then we're going to have, I believe, I have a whole packed guest list for the month of January. So I'm really excited for that. And Gerald's going to be back on too. We're going to have Gerald and Marina and Sherry and alleys. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Hi, Celtic Seer. Yes, we are wearing green because that's Mercury's color, and it's Miraculous, aka Mercury Day. So this is part of my remedy for Mercury, the intellect. That's what he rules. And he also rules the Vishuddha, Susan. So that's a Gemini card that I got. So, ooh, Garbos, run the piano bar. Wonderful. Yeah, we've already gone to a few shows and benefits. It's really beautiful down here. And Janine, it is lovely to see you. Welcome, Janine. I'll go ahead and put you in the queue. And if you guys tipped, please let me know because I'm going to go ahead and do you first. And yes, Happy New Year, sweetie. It's good to see you. Thanks for the hearts, Ruth and Ange. Ruth and Way's Ange. So sweet. And you're so welcome, Susan. Okay. It's going to be on my channel, Rose Blue. I'm going to be here every week, every Wednesday, same time. So it's 6 o'clock Central. Okay. Okay, I'll go ahead and get that in for you. Anamorphia. That's a great name. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anybody coming in. All right. So, oh, you're wearing a green shirt too. Yay. Rose Blue's doing a remedy. I love it. Okay, awesome. All right, Jonathan, go ahead. You have the floor.
Okay. Well, Susan, I have a really, I'll tell you my chops as a non-medical practitioner, and then my own personal story. I come from a family of medical people. My maternal grandfather was a doctor back in the early 1900s. We're talking horse and buggy, getting the bag and putting it on the seat and giddy up and going down and treating some either the farmer, the farmer's wife, the farmer's kids, or the farmer's animals, because they treated both people and animals at the time. My mother was in midlife, sort of ended up becoming a nurse and spent, oh gosh, almost 30 years in that career, from having raised three healthy, obstinate boys, myself among them. And then I haven't been a practitioner. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV, and I don't pretend to give any sort of diagnostics. But I worked in a hospital for about 5 years in the medical labs. And when you do that, you meet the doctors, you meet the technicians, you meet everybody. You meet the guys that drive the trucks up to the door and stuff. So I'm very familiar and comfortable with medical procedures and people. I get the sense that you need to ask a lot of questions. Most people don't ask a lot of questions because you go in to see the doctor and it's this wonderful office or whatever, and they're a doctor, for God's sake. They went to school for 30 years before they let them touch anybody, So the doctors have a presence, and then most of them deserve it. Some of them, they're people too. But you really have to drill down. And one of the things, I actually am a cancer survivor. I had Hodgkin's lymphoma in my early 40s. I went through about 4 years of active treatment, and then I'm still sort of on, bump watch, so to speak. Anybody that's had cancer is going to be always checking stuff to make sure it's not coming back. But so I've been through chemotherapy. I've worked in a hospital. I'm from a hospital family. You have to ask questions. You have to ask questions. You're asking the right level of questions when the doctor gets mad. And I mean that sincerely, because most doctors, they think they've got it figured out. And a good number of times they do. But part of figuring that out is telling you what they figured out. Now, a lot of them are busy. A lot of them have personality issues. They think, okay, here's a patient, they got X. I diagnosed it. I gave this test, this test, this test. I looked at this. I called them my colleagues. They got this. But they just tell you, okay, here's the course of treatment. You're going to have to come in 3 times a week for this shot and this shot and this shot. And I know what it feels like to sit in the chair and go, wait a minute, tell me what's wrong. I'm here because these giant lumps in my body. Why am I having this? He just jumps right into, this is how we're going to fix you. He forgot to put you in the car. So this is something that I feel you need to get, which is clarity on what's going on, what they have decided, what was their diagnosis and prognosis, because diagnosis is what you have, what it's doing to you. Prognosis is what are we going to do now? So you need to have a diagnosis clearly explained to you, and the prognosis or probable outcome also clearly explained to you. And the mid portion is, what are you going to do to me? And I find in my own experience that it's hard to get all those things from a doctor because they're used to just getting deference. I'm a doctor, for God's sake. I went to school for 150 years and, blah, blah, blah. And I have a number of patients. Doesn't matter. Every patient is a patient. And you have a right as a patient to be impatient with your doctor. So I may be off base here, but I get a sense that you have not been fully informed on a lot of the things that you're curious about, a lot of the things that you want to know about, and some things that you haven't been taught or told because doctors that just comes in the package. I'm going to do this, 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 and this, and they tell you they're going to do this and this. And the other two things are just, oh yeah, it's just understood. Well, yeah, if you're a doctor. So the reason for all of this is that you're going to be a better patient, you're going to be more relaxed, and you're going to be able to let your body ease into that. You have to give yourself the space to heal, and part of the space to heal is understanding what's going on and being okay with it, rather than being like a bucket of knots when you go in to see the doctor, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what they're going to do to you today. So that's more practical advice than it is, from the spirit. But my spirit told me, tell her the practical stuff, because if you got that in place, you can relax. Relaxation is an enormous part of healing. It might be most of healing. They have to do things, give you medicines and procedures and operations and put things in and take things out. But then you've got to heal afterwards. All the doctor can do is what they can do. You do the healing. And that's the hard part. That's where the real work is. So, just make sure that all your questions are answered, and don't be afraid to ask a question. Don't be afraid to ask a question 15 times because you don't understand it, or you forget it, or, you read about something and it's the same thing, but it's in different language and you don't know the language. So you need to be a consumer. You're buying a brand new expensive car and you want to know all the options and how to work the seats and stuff. So be that medical consumer. And I get the feeling that you can be pretty tough when you want to be too. So hopefully my experience will be some help to you.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. And we hope that was helpful, Susan. And we're sending you lots of love and energy and strength as you go through this. And oh, you're welcome. That's so sweet. So I know that, I'm rereading Autobiography of a Yogi, and that might be something to reread. It'll change the way you view the body a little bit. I had Jonathan read it just to kind of ease his anxiety around leaving everything behind and the trauma that we had back at home. And I think it's helping. So there's something that you can read or get into that's going to help you kind of calmly and, how do I say this? See this from a more spiritual than a physical perspective. That can help with the anxiety. At least it helps with mine, because I carry some of that around as well. So, yeah. All right. Well, we hope that was helpful, sweetie. And oh, Celtic, you're being cute. Oh, and Janine, no worries. It's lovely to see you. It's great to see you, sweetie. And Celtic is being funny. Okay. All right. So, all right. If you guys tipped, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and go in order. Okay. We'll see if I still have it or get one. Thanks. Okay. Awesome, Susan. Well, keep us in the loop because we're rooting for you, girl. All right. You got that Jupiter in the 12th house. So you got a really good guy on your team, and he is strong. So he's got it's represented by the Doctor of Ayurveda in your chart. So you can't, yeah, it's just amazing. So, okay, which tells me you've been to that plane before. Because if you read the various Upanishads and Puranas, you can, especially the Katha Upanishad, you can figure out what realm people are from. And the 11th realm is where all the doctors and Ayurvedic practitioners of the divine universe come from. So this is kind of like a training ground for you, and I'm really excited to see what comes out of it. Okay, so let's get to our first question. It's not, okay, it's JR. Okay, JR. And then we have Roots and Waves, and then Rose Blue, and then Jessica Lynn, first name, last name, Anamorphia, Shem, Celtic Seer, Janine. All right. So that's who we have in order. And if we get a tipper, they go to the front of the line. Okay. So reading for 2025, JR. Okay. Whew. Hey, Hershey. Good to see you, sweetie. Thank you for the positive vibes. Oh, you guys, Hershey made the most amazing dinner last night. She explained it on Facebook, and I'm just like, I want cornbread now. Oh, so good. Okay, so JR. Okay, but they really want you focused on the career piece. There's something going on with your career. All right. I'm not sure if you're working right now, but that's what they're having me address. Okay, so I said, what's going on with the career in JR? I got 5 of Pentacles. This is not a great card. Okay, this could be loss of wealth. Okay, loss of a job. Okay, so you might find yourself out in the cold. That's happening to a lot of people, especially government workers right now. And just the Redmond area where my husband and I were living, because we lived next to Microsoft, we both worked in tech. The DMV is getting rehauled. A lot of government positions are getting rehauled, and he hasn't even taken office yet. So it's a little intense. Okay, so just be aware that there's going to be a lot of layoffs coming up. You're going to feel a little stuck, like you want to move, but you can't. Okay, this was the card I kept getting that said move, move, move. About September 22nd was when I started pulling cards that Trump could win. And I did not share any political reads or do anything like that until I was asked a little later. And then I stopped because it was making everybody not happy. So this is going to be a little stuck. Okay, you're going to feel like you can't really move forward with this. Okay, hi, Michael, good to see you. You're going to feel like your energy and your strength's tapped. Okay, so kind of tap into that a little bit more and go for that. Rely on spirit for strength and the people around you. Okay, sweetie, as you go through that energy. This is the main energy that I got. I got the Page of Wands reverse. You're going to feel like you don't have you're lacking the eagerness necessary to kind of take on a new position and maybe some of the skill sets. Because if you've been following AI, it's going to replace a lot of jobs. If you're working for the government, there's a lot of things that are on the chopping block this year. So what else, guys? What are you trying to say? Embody the qualities of your age. Okay. That's the main thing that they're saying. Try to balance your youthful spirit with the wisdom that you've garnered over the years, and that can kind of help you navigate this a little bit better. You may not feel that you have the skill sets to just start something new. So maybe taking a class or getting into something new and exciting could be for you. Jonathan and I are setting up classes and learning AI and things like that, and that's what's helping us with our career. Okay, and I'll try to take care of that troll, Rachel. Sorry about that. But they're saying that try to be as mature as possible when this news comes, and try not to take it too rough. Okay. I got that being candid will work in your favor if you do so with professionalism and maturity. Okay. Speak your truth. And again, I just pulled this for Susan, so this might be a little bit of a theme for the rest of the people and rest of our lovely audience. Open up your Vishuddha and really share what you are seeing. Choose to see the truth and speak the truth, because we're going to be lied to a lot in the next year. Okay. And be truthful with yourself as you try to find or navigate a way out of this. Okay. If you ever need a career reading, I do those. I can find out where your gifts are and kind of guide you in the right direction for next steps. But that's the main thing that I'm saying regarding the next year for you. Okay. Hope that was helpful, JR. And I'm sending you lots of love as you go through that. Okay. And all right, Arisa, I have you in the queue. And we do have a troll on Facebook. I have to go on Facebook to get rid of them because they're being sneaky. So just ignore them until I'm able to get on. And thank you for saying Happy New Year, Hershey. You're the sweetest. We really appreciate your blessings. All right, JR, I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you lots of love, and you're welcome. I appreciate you and your beautiful spirit. I know we can't either. We're still like, we're still getting used to it, Rachel. All right. So I'm going to let Jonathan take the floor. And so JR, is it possible I can get a reading for 2025? What are you picking up on, Jonathan?
Well, JR, I'm probably going to give the same answer a lot in this particular show and maybe a lot of shows, because everything that we're used to, everything that used to be in place, everything that used to work and everything that used to not work, you can pretty much just rip all that out and throw it in the alley, because based on what, let's say last year at this time, what that looked like, and this year at this time, what that looks like, you could not have predicted. And people tried, we had some sensation. There's a lot of change coming, but the change that's coming and what is behind that change and how the change is manifesting is physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, demonic, angelic, and things probably don't even have names. We are in a time of change that will be in the history books for a long time, because our elected official, our primary elected official, has indicated that he wants to rip the guts out of the machine of government and replace it with him. Period. And it looks like, again, I'll remind you, I'm in Mexico now because of this. It looks like he has a damn good chance of doing it. He's got the support of the people who could do this. He's got support for people who hate America that want him to do this. And he's got support of people in America who don't understand what he's saying, but they just want to back something because they've been down so long, it looks like up to them. So this guy is going to come out of the door burning and pillaging. Think about that. The elected leader of our government is going to turn the entire machine into his private party. And we're not invited. So if you want to know what you should be doing, you should be looking to your resources, marshaling your resources. You should look to, are you in a position where if you have to move quickly, can you do that? I'm not saying, get on an airplane and move to Mexico, but if you needed to just get out of town, if you needed to if you're paying $2,500 a month for rent, are you in a position where you could find a place to rent for half that or a third of that? Could you find that in your local community, or would you have to drive 200 or 300 miles or go to a different state? Because all of a sudden, that's all the money you're able to earn. So I think we're going to see sweeping, breathtaking change. Some of it may be good. There's a lot of waste in government. So if some of that waste goes, great, but there's also a lot of infrastructure in government that holds up the house. And I don't mean the House of Representatives. I mean the house we live in called America. And if all of a sudden the phones aren't getting answered and the roads aren't getting repaired and the lights don't come on, and just as an aside, we had an experience just before we left where the roads weren't repaired, the lights weren't coming on, and there was nobody doing anything about the electricity. And we were in the dark for weeks because there was a huge storm that just knocked over electrical towers that nobody had ever seen go over before. And the workers couldn't get to the repair site because the wind also knocked over trees that blocked the road. So people were in the dark in the winter in a very affluent area of the Seattle area for, I think the longest we heard was 3 weeks. Everybody was without power for several days, and a lot of areas were without power for a week. That's just a natural occurrence. What happens if somebody decides to do that and they just say, no, you're not going to repair it. You're not going to go out. You're not going to do that, because those people deserve to suffer. That is a terrible, bleak future that I'm describing, and it's what's coming into my head that we're facing. Because that's what the man tells us he's going to do. And I think we need to believe him. So again, you don't have to move to Mexico, but you need to prepare yourself for the possibility that things are going to change. That also, a time of change is also a time to change career. So look into something infrastructure related. Look for something that's if you're good with your hands, you're good repairing stuff. That's going to be a tremendous career going forward. Just fixing stuff, repairing stuff, putting things back together. So anyway, just a little free bleakness from our own experience, but based on what we're seeing in the news that we're being told, start preparing. Hope that's of some help.
Okay, thank you for being candid, Jonathan. So we eat our own cooking, guys. We got out of the country, so we're not joking around. So we're happy to be a resource for y'all, and that's what the Boomer Mill is going to be all about. Is basically what we're seeing politically, what we're seeing economically, and what we're doing to protect ourselves. And we hope to be a resource to you there as well. So. Yeah. Oh, and Anamorphia, I'll go ahead and tell everyone who's in line. James, thank you so much for your tip. You are next. And then Miss Tarot D, thank you so much for your tip, dear. You were right after James. And then we have Ange, and then Rose Blue, and then Jessica Lynn, and then Sharon O'Brien, first name, last name, Anamorphia, Shem, Celtic Seer, Janine, and Risa. Okay. And then we might do lightning round toward the end because we're getting a lot of questions. Okay. Okay. All right. So, you're welcome, JR. That was very sweet. We appreciate that. Okay. So, our next question is the lovely James. Let me get your question up. Glad you're doing well in Mexico. Thank you, dear. Asking about my shortness of breath and lightheadedness issues, job hunt, where to focus. Thank you. Okay. So, James, the first card I got was Aries. So Aries is all about the head, okay? And what I'm getting is there might be something going on there for entertainment purposes only. But this is also a card to start something new, look at something from a very different perspective, and kind of take it on like a warrior. Like Aries is the type of person or soul that just landed here and they got a parachute on their back and they're like, let's go, let's learn, let's get things done. Okay, that's kind of the approach they're asking you to take regarding your health. All right. Then this is a theme, guys. I got the Page of Wands, but it came up upright for you. Okay. So the Page of Wands, you can see this beautiful light, youthful energy. I got this for Susan as well. And this is all about taking on a youthful enthusiasm regarding your health and not letting the anxiety or the trepidation get to you, but instead turning it into something fun. The image they just gave me was Jonathan was on a plane it was like one of these prop planes, and it had a ton of turbulence. And he was on with these guys. We call them bogies because they're like these military guys that just love crazy, chaotic energy. And so there was a ton of turbulence, and they're like, okay, put your parachutes on. We might have to jump. And these guys are like, yeah, we're so excited. We get to jump out of the plane. It was like they were just like, this is so great. And Jonathan's going, you're gonna have to jump out of an airplane. So it's kind of like when we're dealing with a lot of these health issues and things like that, if we take on this youthful enthusiasm and go, oh, this challenge is going to be fantastic, it can kind of shift gears in our head and help us heal a little more. That's kind of the secret to maintaining our youth too, is seeing things as kind of an adventure rather than just this anxious thing ahead of us. So what I got for job hunt, where to focus, as well as the shortness of breath, these kind of go together, is I got the Three of Pentacles. Shared burdens are lighter, okay? So they're showing me like this really beautiful garden, and you're preparing the soil and you're planting seeds and you're removing weeds and you're finally reaping a really bountiful harvest. So remember the saying, you reap what you sow. So it's important to understand that you're not alone when it comes to this work that you're doing, both on the health front and on the job front. There are people by your side who are willing and eager to assist you right now, because there's 3 people here, okay? There's 3 that are working together. So work shared is work halved, okay? So you can rely on a friend, a colleague, or a coworker for support in kind of maybe making this next step. If you're working toward a common goal, whether it's personal or professional, personal would be your health, professional would be the job. Make sure to offer each other unwavering support as you go through this, and encouragement, okay? This is also a really good time for you to seek advice from a trusted friend or mentor who's really happy to share their expertise, their business aspirations, things like that. Now, this is also a card that involves construction, so it can be literal as well. But the secret to finding satisfaction is rolling up your sleeves, being conscientious, and allowing others to help lend you a hand when it comes to do this. They're basically saying, don't do this alone. Do this as a team. I get this card for Jonathan and I a lot when we start new projects. So put in some dedicated effort and welcome support, and you're going to achieve remarkable results. Okay, James? I hope that was helpful. I mean, I'm glad that you have people around you that can help you with that. Okay, now, I asked Ganesha what the outcome would be when you rely on these other people. I got joy. And in this card, he's going to a wedding with his little rat Mushak. And so they're attending a wedding. They got their beautiful garlands of flowers, and they're stepping into joy. So if there's an event or something wonderful happening, go to it, experience it, enjoy it, because that's really going to lift your spirit and bring out that beautiful Page of Wands energy, that youthful spirit that's going to not only help you heal, but attract that awesome job and team that's waiting for you. Okay, sweetie, I hope that was helpful. I'm rooting for you. And if you ever want a career reading, I'm here. Okay. And with that, Jonathan.
Okay, so actually, I kind of went in probably too much detail earlier about breathing techniques. Pranayama is what this is called. Pranayama is just the field. Prana is energy in Sanskrit, and yama means control. So pranayama is controlling of the breath, because the breath has to do with your body, your mind, and your spirit, and your nerves. And one of the reasons that I got into yoga and eventually became a yoga teacher was that I was a mess. I was really a mess after coming through. I won't even go into it. I went through my own version of a war in my early 20s, and I was successful, but it left me just a wreck, because the world that I thought I knew turned out to not be there. There was this other horrible thing instead. So I was discouraged, and I was impoverished, and I was just beat to dust. And fortunately, my higher self said, okay, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try to find some way to get out of this. And I started looking at modalities, and again, trying to shorten this up a little bit, the modality that I started to follow was through an organization called the Sivananda Yoga Vedanta Center. Very practical folks. There's a philosophic basis for what they do, but there's also a physical basis for how they cause change to happen productively in your life. And one of the ways is through pranayama, which is control of the breath. The pranayama I would suggest you look into, and try to find a yoga class, but there's also stuff online that you can do. And always don't do anything beyond your capacity. If you start feeling lightheaded, stop. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV, but just changing your breathing a little bit can have some very, very profound effects, particularly to relax you. And so what you're looking for is called alternate nostril breathing. And I, without even trying, I know there are videos on YouTube that have alternate nostril breathing. So I'd look at several of them and make sure that you're getting this from somebody who has some sort of accreditation through some sort of program, whether it's medical or yoga or physical therapy or something like that. But what alternate nostril breathing does is it's just what it sounds like. You breathe for a period of time through one nostril, and you close it, and you exhale through the other nostril, and you inhale through that nostril for the same period, and you hold it, and then you exhale. So what it does is it calms the nerves. In yoga theory, they're called nadis. They're physical and spiritual nerves that run through our physical and spiritual bodies, and you're bringing them into attunement. And a little bit can have an amazing result. It did for me. It literally changed my life to the extent that I became a yoga teacher so that I could show other people how to do this and some other stuff for, oh gosh, almost 20 years in my earlier life. So look up alternate nostril breathing. You can find videos online. You know, if it, try it. You know, if it, don't hold your breath, so do you feel lightheaded? You know, if it feels weird, stop, find a teacher. But that's really what I would suggest you look into. And it's not just good for the nerves. I mean, it does affect the nerves. It's also good for your lung capacity. It's good for strengthening a lot of things in your body, because your body is waiting for you to give it what it needs. And the thing that we don't give our bodies is oxygen for the most part. We're stressed a lot of the time. We're in a very, very stressful time right now. Don't look at the newspaper is my advice. But it can help to reduce your stress by just calming you down more and more as you do that. So that's what I would suggest. Look up alternate nostril breathing, try it, try to find someone local that, you know, like hands-on, but if you have to, try YouTube and see if that works. Hope that'll help.
Okay, thank you, sweetie. And James, all the best to you and your healing. And we're sending you lots of love as you go through that. Okay, sweetie. Oh my goodness. So our next tipper is the lovely Miss Tarodi. It is lovely to see you. I've been loving your Facebook posts. They're so well done. You look fabulous. Okay, boomers, can I get a general reading for 2025? All right. Miss Tarodi, I have been giving readings off and on for the past couple of months. This is the best one I've seen. You have so many amazing things coming your way in 2025, despite the craziness that's happening in the world. And it makes me really, really happy to give you this reading. Okay. First, I'm going to address that you have gone under a lot of transformation. Okay. This is Scorpio. It's a very mysterious, dark energy. Okay. It's bringing out a lot of transformation in your life right now. And you have been through it. Okay. So I asked, what's the outcome going to be? I got the King of Pentacles. This is like one of the best material cards that you can get. Okay. You know this. I am so excited for you. Then I got the 10 of Pentacles. Happy family. You can't get better than these two cards. Okay. So enjoy your family, enjoy the wealth, enjoy all of the beautiful things in your life because they're coming. Regarding health and everything else, entertainment purposes only, I got the Sun. Look at all of that beautiful light energy entering her being. That's coming for you. I am so happy. And then, just to end it, I got the Star. And this is the one where they really wanted me to focus. Okay. Serendipity is on the horizon for you. So you are currently surrounded by all of these cards, incredible opportunities and possibilities. I'm seeing hope. I'm seeing emotional healing. I'm even seeing a potential for fame is within reach for you. Okay. Love is in the air. Your life is enchanting and extraordinary. It's time for you to shine as the star of your own show, because that's what they had me show here. Okay. Embrace both the material and spiritual beauty and allow it to illuminate your beautiful inner beauty. Okay, Ms. Tarot-D, if you've recently endured a very demanding period, which we know you have, this is your opportunity to enter a new cycle of peace, and they're setting it up just for you. They're going to bring you some rejuvenation. They're saying if you're looking into a vacation when you're feeling better, a spa day, or just exploring something to revitalize your spirit, it's supported. So they're saying the one thing that you really need to do is keep the negativity at bay, because, oh my gosh, I got that Scorpio card. The Scorpions, they're full of poisons. They're full of all kinds of stuff. And they're saying, once you're past that, open yourself to inspiration, because beautiful things are coming for you. This is going to be a time to nurture all of those positive feelings. So combine daydreaming with your desires, take some practical actions, and watch your dreams come true. Boom. Best reading I've given. And I'm so glad that this was one of the readings I got to give in the new year. So I am beyond happy for you, dear. I'm glad that you're grateful because your spirit team just came through and went, wow. So I'm going to pass it on to Jonathan and see what he picks up. But all positive cards, despite the fact that you've been through a very naughty, poisonous, yucky time. Okay, things are going to turn around for you. Okay, sweetie, and I'm excited for you. Okay, and Elisa, I did get your question in, so please be patient, and we're doing tippers first. Okay, love? All right, and I also see someone else came into Juanita. It's lovely to see you, Juanita. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. And then I'll go through the queue once once Jonathan gives Ms. Taroti the reading. Okay, you're welcome, Lisa. All right.
Well, Mr. Rodi, we're both fans. That's pretty obvious. And we love your energy. Uh, we know that you've been through it, probably more than once, and you come out of it stronger. And to hear that you're going to get a boon like this just gives me such joy. It really does. The thing that I would encourage you is get ready. Make sure that when it appears, seize it. I tend to be a worrier. I would, well, is this the opportunity I'm supposed to take, this wonderful free thing that's coming to me unbidden with no strings? Is that, should I do this or should I not? No, don't be me. Seize it. It's your time. This is going to be your time. And it's darn time for you to get the breaks that you need and to be available to a wider audience and to be able to bring your talents and your love and your spirit and everything that is positive about what you do to a larger audience. So I can't really add much more than to say, when the opportunity arises, seize it and ride it. Use it for your practice and your spirit. And God bless.
I love that for you, Miss Taroti. Oh my gosh, you're gonna kick it, you're gonna kick cancer in the butt, girl, which is so exciting. I am so excited for you. Jonathan and I are here as a resource if you're looking to take that vacation because we're down here and it's beautiful. So, oh, so excited for you. Okay. And you are so welcome. We're sending you lots of hugs and love too. Mwah. Okay. And the lovely Fixco, good to see you, Jeff. Oh my gosh. So I forgot you were back tonight. I did not want to miss you in any digs. I would have gone if I remember. Oh, that's awesome. It's wonderful to see you. We're going to be on as the Boomer Mill too on the 9th. So we're going to share all the things that we've been finding in the news and everything else. So we really appreciate your support, sweetie. Okay. Whew, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the queue. It's Ange, Roots and Waves, and then Rose Blue, and then Jessica Lynn, and then Sharon O'Brien, and then First Lane, Last Lane, Anamorphia, Shem, Celtic Seer, Janine Barnes, Risa, and then Lisa. Okay, Risa and Lisa, I love that. Okay, so Ange, you're next. Okay, are you here, love? If you are, check in, because I did get some interesting cards for you. I got Neptune in the 10th house. There's something you're not seeing at work. If you look at Neptune's eyes here, he's a little fogged. See that? Oh, I see you there. Thank you, sweetie. You see how his eyes are fogged there? This is the rose-colored glasses. He's famous for these, okay? So you might not be seeing something clearly regarding the career, all right? It's fogging you a little bit. I asked, what does that look like? You're not seeing the results of all of your hard work because I got the 10 of Swords reversed, okay? So you're putting on all this work, but it's not really panning out for the best, okay? You do know the way out of this situation, okay? Because I got the 8 of Swords, but it came up reversed, okay? So when I get this card reversed, it tells me that indecision can lead to problems in the workplace, okay? So avoid negative, emotionally toxic people during this time, as their influence can lead to improper or foolish decision making. That might be what you're not seeing, okay? Don't let these people blind you from the truth, okay? All right. And they're saying that this indecision around the area can make you feel helpless, alone, or confused. So choosing the lesser of two evils will not solve your difficulties. So they're saying it's best to decide not to decide. And Before making any kind of decision, seek guidance from an oracle or your subconscious or a divine method like the tarot to kind of find your way out of this. This was a stalker card for Jonathan when I was trying to get him out of the country. He was like, it can't happen. It can't happen. I'm like, my cards are like screaming at me. My guides are screaming at me. We need to go. We need to leave. And he finally got on board, but it took a lot. So if you feel frustrated by any kind of lack of action or things that you're seeing in the workplace, try to embrace a more Zen-like approach and open your mind to what the universe has in store for you. And then the answer will come. Okay? Slow down and remember that this phase will pass. Once you do that, I got a really good card for you. I got the Nine of Cups. This is the wish card. Your wishes will come true, but you're going to have to see into the truth of this situation and kind of suss out what's going on there. Okay, sweetie? I hope that was helpful. I'm excited to see what Jonathan has for you, and we're going to make these a little quicker so we can get to all of your questions, okay?
Yeah, I also actually I got a little bit of a psychic hit on this too. You need to pay attention very closely to what's going on because things are going to be happening quickly, and you want to make sure that you see everything that's happening before you make a decision, because if you jump on the first thing that happens, the third thing that happens might be what you're supposed to do. So, just take a look at things as they speed up for you. Maybe make a list. So and so said this was going to happen, so and so offered this, so and so offered that, and then refer to it before you make a decision, because what I felt was that things are going to be happening very quickly for you, and you want to make the best of that, but you do have to make a decision quickly. And that's the name of that. I hope that was some help.
Sounds good. I'm still pulling cards for the next person. So, okay. So we hope that was helpful, sweetie and Ange, and we're sending you lots of love. Let me see if we see anything. Thank you both so much. I had my hands in dishwasher, so I couldn't get myself in water. Sounds good. Yeah, don't mess up your phone or your appliance or your laptop, whatever you're using there. So that's great. Oh, I love it. I love it. And Venus, welcome Venus. I love your name. Shukra is my Lagna Lord, and I have a very, very strong connection with Venus as a planet. So Shukra is his name in Vedic. So welcome. And Venus is right outside our window. It's beautiful and bright, and they're about to have a conjunction with Saturn on January 19th that I'm very excited about. That's really going to show us a direction that we're going to be moving in. So, all right. So our next person is the lovely Jessica Lynn. Woohoo! May I have a New Year message? Yes, you may. Okay. So I'm going to make this a little quick. Okay, Jessica, this is the main thing that I'm getting. They're asking you to maybe move abroad. This is my card. This is the 9th house. This is foreign land, foreign country, getting out. Okay. Then I got the 7 of Cups reversed. That's a good thing to get reversed because that's clarity. So if you're going to have a moment of clarity on what direction to move in, take it, trust it. And there might be a masculine energy in your life that can help you with this decision. Okay, this is a very empathic, kind, emotionally intelligent, in tune male energy. Okay, and that's who's going to kind of help you with this step forward. Are you picking up anything, Jonathan?
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling that something good is happening and is coming, and it's so good you're going to doubt that it's actually real, but it is in fact that good and that real. So stay open.
Sweet. All right. We hope that was helpful, Jessica Lynn. We're sending you lots of love and thank you for joining us. Okay, Sharon is next. Are you here, Sharon? I haven't pulled cards yet because we're going kind of quick here. Okay. Ooh, pointing all kinds of things out here. Oh, you're welcome, Jessica. That's so sweet. Okay. Sharon, are you here, sweetie? I need Gerald's phone. Ring, ring. Oh, there you are. Yay. Okay. I just pulled a few cards for you. You'd love a reading for 2025. You've got it, girl. All right. Let me just pull a few cards. Jonathan, you're just welcome to pipe in if you're getting hit with anything. Let's see. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. All right. This is a very interesting story. Okay, so the main thing that I'm getting, okay, Sharon, is I got Neptune. Something might be fogging you a little bit. You might not be seeing it correctly. It involves something hidden. This is 12th house stuff. This is large institutions, overwhelming events, government institutions, and spirit. Okay, so there's something that you're not seeing clear in this department. Now, Neptune rules our 12th house. He's Pisces. So there's just something that you're just not quite clicking or getting. Okay. And I got Jupiter is the way out. Jupiter is the guru. He's Brihaspati in Sanskrit, and he represents a mentor, a guide, or a very wise person in your life that can help you see through the blurriness that Neptune is causing. Okay, so seek out that mentor, that wise person. Okay, I got that there's a celebration that is going to be coming up in 2025. Go to it. It's going to be amazing. You're going to have so much fun with your friends. I love it, love it. But a little later in the year, there's going to be some emotional heartbreak, anguish. Okay, this was the card I got for the election getting lost. This is, there's, see all the lotuses in the pond, and it's upside down. Kamala means lotus in Sanskrit. So if this is kind of like more of the defeat that some of us are feeling, or just the emotional draining that is happening, that's on the horizon too. Okay, so that try to take off those rose-colored glasses and see things for what they are. Okay, especially if you looked at the eclipse on April 8th, because you might not be seeing things clearly. All right. Once you do, things are going to start moving real quick, and this is going to be a little later. All right. Once you find out what's going on and you're seeing things from a very realistic perspective, you're going to take action, and it's going to be swift, and your guides are going to be all hands on deck to get you there. I got this card for basically selling all of our stuff, or we actually donated most of it, and getting out of the country. We did it in a month, guys. So there's something coming. It's going to be quick, but you're a little fogged right now. Okay, so tap into your guides, tap into Jupiter, tap into Brihaspati, which is that divine guru, that divine guide in meditation, and he's going to help you see the truth of the situation, and then it's going to be all hands on deck. Okay, sweetie, I hope that was helpful. What are you getting, Jonathan?
Yeah, I have the sense that there is something large coming. I don't know if Sharon, if you're still with us here, has a large event, either emotional or physical or familial or so. Has a large event already appeared in your life, or is this something that it hasn't yet appeared? Because I get sort of it's like a wave. You know, is the wave already on the shore, or is it just still out there and you're sitting heading toward you yet? So. But something is definitely on the way. I don't get the sense that it's bad, but it's big, and even big good can be difficult if you're not prepared for it. So, not seeing anything there yet,
Okay.
but
Yeah, she checked in, but I'm not seeing her either. So
okay. Well, that's all right. Just be on your toes for things headed your way. You know, again, I didn't get a sense that it was negative, but it's big.
okay, very cool. Oh, she's been having health issues. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So there might be something hidden that's not being seen. And that's the 12th house is hospitals. So there's something that hasn't come to the surface yet. Okay. All right. Whew, well, I hope that
Make sure you get your questions answered. That would, you know, again, speaking as a former patient, you want to make sure that you're as fully informed as you can be, because most of your healing is going to come from you. Even though the doctor may be giving you medicine and techniques and such, you have to heal you, and you want to know that what you're doing is putting you in the right direction. So that's just a little non-professional medical advice, but it worked well for me.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And so we have first name, last name, anamorphia. Oh, and we have a tipper, Venus. Okay. So you want to know what's coming for you this year. Okay. So let me see, because I just pulled cards for the next person. I'm going to see if this was for you, because sometimes they do that. Is this for her? No. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do his first name, last name here, and then I'm going to jump right into Venus because I've already pulled cards. Okay, it's first name, last name here. Otherwise, I will just go right to. Oh, thank you, Venus. That's our view. We're right here in Puerto Vallarta. We moved to Mexico, so we fled. We fled to Mexico. So it's true.
It sounds like bank robbers, doesn't it?
I know, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Oh my gosh! But you know, we were running from the bank robbers.
Yeah,
So,
new spin. You're from the bank.
okay, first name, last name. I don't know if you're here, but you got a lot of transformation coming. You've got a lot of victories, but you're going to get a little too many options. Okay, on your plate. So that's Seven of Cups. It's all going to work out. There will be some delays. Okay, because I got the Knight of Wands reversed, and you're going to get right back to work after going through those delays. Okay, sweetie, that's the main stuff that I got for you. You're not checking in, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to Venus. All right. LOL runners. Yeah, that's Knight of Wands energy. We did it. We got out. We're not sticking around for that. And you know, I have a little bit of experience here because my father is a lot like Donald Trump, and I've been no contact with him for over a decade because they're dangerous people, guys. They're very dangerous. So that's kind of my background there. Okay. Oh, okay. Best of luck to your appointment, Sharon. Jonathan and I have a really big mantra practice that we do, and if it's okay, we'll include you in our healing prayers as well. Okay, sweetie? Just let us know, and we're happy to step in for you. We're always open for doing that. Okay, Miss Venus. I'm your Venus. I'm your Venus.
Thanks, Jackie.
Oh, thank you, Jackie. You're so sweet. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So let me get to your question, Miss Venus. Oh, you're a Pisces Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Capricorn rising. Okay, so you've got the fire, you've got the water, you've got the earth. That's very balanced, sweetie. Wow. And let's see, Pisces Sun. If that's in Vedic, that would be Aquarius Sun. So you might be going through a little bit of a change here when it comes to the workplace, because when Saturn goes over our sun signs, it usually indicates that there's going to be a change in career of some kind. Okay, that kind of fits with the card. It's going to be okay. I got Jupiter. Okay, so this is a very beneficial energy in and around you. This is the guru energy. This is Brihaspati energy. That's Jupiter in Sanskrit. And whenever he is involved, there's good things coming our way. It's like kind of the Santa Claus of the zodiac. He's going over my ascendant right now, and I am so freaking healthy, it's ridiculous. And my IBS is gone. The Mexican food is just amazing for my body. I'm feeling really great. I'm like tracking stuff up hills with the greatest of ease. It's a really great energy. So this is in and around you, okay, sweetie? So before I say that, there might be a change in work. Okay, I got the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Now, this tells me that your efforts and the things that you're really working on may not really come to fruition this year, okay? So let's see if there's anything more specific that you asked here, so I don't miss that. What's coming for me this year? Okay, gotcha. So there's going to be a little hiccup when it comes to being able to get things done, and that's going to be for a lot of people in this next year because the world is about to get turned a little upside down, okay? I got that there might be a move on the horizon. Okay, Knight of Wands. This was my stalker card for this and the Seven of Swords were my stalker cards. And yeah, Six of Swords. And so we were really working on getting out to a better place. This tells me that things are going to be moving quickly for you, okay, in this next year, and that you're going to be making a big move. Okay, this is my move card. Then I got that things are going to get a little bit better once you take on some of those opportunities. Okay, if you're offered an opportunity, don't pass it up. Consider it and move forward because things are going to get better. You're going to move toward more contentment because she's not very content here. Came up reversed. There's going to be some contentment coming for you. Okay, that's the main energy that I'm getting. I think a lot of us are going to be moving. We've already done it. We're happy to be a resource because things are about to flip. Okay, what are you getting, Jonathan?
Well, for somebody that's asking what's coming for me this year, the year that I see, that I think that we see, is self-preservation is going to be the name of the game, because the world is going to change so profoundly, so quickly. We're not going to believe it. And this is not necessarily psychic. This is because the person and persons that are going to do it are telling us, we're going to do this to you. They're not hiding it. They're announcing it. You know, this is what bullies do. They tell you, I'm going to hit you right in the face. Bang, you know, here it comes. So I would say, be very alert. You know, there can still be good times during bad times. You know, good things can happen during bad times. This has happened in my life and other people's lives. You know, some of the worst parts of the '80s were a very good time for me, because I figured out a way to help people in their businesses, and I was helping them, and you know, was able to make a successful business out of that, because I figured out how to shortcut things so they were done properly, but they didn't have to be done manually in this agonizing way. So you can have a good experience when things generally are bad, but you really have to look at what's going on. You know, you have to be aware of what's going on. It's like crossing the street in the dark. You know, a car can come around the corner and hit you, so you've got to keep swiveling your head 360 all the time. And that's kind of the sense that I'm getting, is that there's good stuff coming, but you have to be really looking for it, so when it does come, you can seize the moment. So stay alert, which I'll extend that to everybody. This is really good advice. Stay alert, because honestly, we don't have any idea what's coming. We just know it's coming. There's something big coming. You know, we can feel its footsteps from where we are. So stay alert.
Oh, so we hope that was helpful, Venus, and we're sending you lots of love as you go through that. And Jane is here, and of course you're on our prayer list. We pray for you every morning and every night. And I know that your daughter-in-law, and we got her on the list, we got you on the list, we got the son on the list. You are very, very much on our hearts and minds, and I have missed you, dear. That photo of you that you posted on Facebook, you look glowing, you look beautiful. I'm sending you lots of strength, okay, sweetheart? And thank you so much for joining us. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh gosh, and then I also saw Joyful Jen come in. It's lovely, lovely to see you, Joyful Jen. Thank you for joining us, and Happy New Year to you as well. It's just lovely to see you. All right, so I'm going to go through who's next. First we have Anamorphia, then Shem, then Celtic Seer, then Janine, then Risa, Fun Boy, and oh, Rose Blue donated. Okay. I just saw that came in. Okay, Rose Blue. I'm going to see if this is for you. Let's see. Because I pulled cards without looking for the next person. Yeah, it is. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Yay. All right. Okay, Rose Blue. If you're asking what's coming, it's going to be a rough year. Okay, sweetie. If you have something a little more specific, let me know. Let me see if I can go through my star questions. Okay. So, yeah, me too, Jane. Message on 11/11, today of all days. Yes, yes. I believe it has something to do with, yeah, it's not showing up in the star area. I apologize, sweetheart. Yeah, Jane, it's gonna be interesting. I got a lot of reverse King of Pentacles energy, a lot of stuff coming for America, especially in the spring. So we got to prepare and protect ourselves. And we're going to be doing a full presentation on January 9th via the Boomer Mill. You can go ahead and follow our channel there. All of the links are in descriptions, and we're going to really go into what we're seeing on the front and why we moved and everything else. So, okay. So Rose Blue, I'll wait for you to kind of repost if you want something a little more specific, but I got that there's a tower moment coming your way. I got Uranus. Okay, this is a lightning planet. I got this right before the bomb cyclone hit us. Uranus is also known as Indra in the Vedic tradition, and Indra is the god of lightning, and he strikes lightning into our lives in order to wake us up out of the status quo. You usually go through your Uranus opposition around the age of 42, and that's when you are literally struck by lightning in an area where you need to be paying attention, okay? For me, it's the house of relationships. For Jonathan, it's the self, and this is when he got cancer. Mine's coming up next year. Oh, Lord. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. And we're already like, so I'm like, because I'm married to Jonathan, and the seventh house is your spouse. I'm just like, okay, let's stay on top of this, okay? So there's a tower moment coming. You're not going to be able to move because it's going to be stuck. I got the Knight of Wands reversed, okay? Then I got the Five of Pentacles. This is not great. Okay, sweetie, you're going to be a little anxious, a little depressed, a little unhappy with things. You're not going to be able to really tap in when you're coming from this mindset. Okay, where I'm right there with you. I'm not very happy with the way that things are going on in the world either. I actually wrote a poem, and I'm going to upload a short about it. And we're going through a difficult time right now because someone very dangerous just took control of the free world. I got the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay, you're not going to feel like you're feeling a lot of help from your guides during this time, even though they are there. There's going to be some stuff going on there. All right, sweetheart. Here is kind of your way out of this kind of dark energy that I see coming, this lightning moment. Okay. Hi, Blossom. Good to see you. I got acceptance from the Ganesha, Whispers of Ganesha. There is great freedom in accepting things as they are. And you're not going to be able to move forward on your path until you release blame, anger, and sorrow that you collected on this life's journey. We're all with you. I'm right there with you. Okay. Spirit is asking you to forgive yourself, forgive others, open your heart to the world outside and the one within. And this deeper state of recognition and acceptance is what's going to push you forward and allow you to better hear your guides, awaken to your gifts a little bit more, because you're carrying around some depressed energy and you're not alone, sweetie. Okay. Accept and express your true self, because your ego will begin to align with its soul when you do that. And if you've been overly serious and tense lately, it's now to start remembering happiness despite what's going on around this. And you may find that you can laugh at things instead of being infuriated, because I'm right there with you there. It's so crazy if you just have to laugh sometimes, because otherwise you're going to go, ugh, you know. So your contentment in life will improve dramatically when you harness your ability to look at the world from that more spiritual perspective. Okay, sweetie. But the block is that you're actually looking at 3D very realistically, and it's hard to kind of tap into spirit when we're coming from a more negative headset. Okay. Again, no judgment there, sweetie, because we're going into some difficult times. So the Ganesh is holding a banana here, and that symbolizes humility and the awareness of not placing too much importance on your thoughts or beliefs regarding what just happened. Okay. His little pot belly, that signifies the bounty of nature. And so Ganesha, he could consume the sadness of the universe. And I got this card after the election. So I've been really trying to embody this. And so just kind of learn to honor the values of others. Know that a lot of people's opinions in your environment are going to differ from your own, and try to see the diversity. Okay. Once you see this, you'll be able to accept the beauty that resides within you and not allow the things that have just happened to affect you so deeply on a soul level, because that's the block I'm seeing. And you're not alone, because this is big stuff. The eclipse that happened on April 8th caused this, and it happened in Ravati. That's the lotus. That's Kamala. That's the beautiful spiritual energy that was basically just taken out. All right. So I'm gonna, if it's okay, I'll include you in my prayer practice. I will continue to lift you up and send you strength and love and healing and joy and all of those good things. Okay. And know that you're not alone. Is there anything that you're picking up? Oh, meditation is very helpful. Yes, I love that. And it's hard to meditate when we're coming from a place of anxiety or fear of the future. So if there's any practices, mantras, things like that that you can do, I'll go ahead and give you one now that you can do when you're feeling anxious. And it's a good one. This is a very easy one. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And a more difficult one you're welcome to learn is Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Purva Rukamiva Vandhanam Mrityu Ruchiyamamrita. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam. Urva Rukamiva Vandhanam Mrityor Ruchiyamamrita. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam. Urva Rukamiva Vandhanam Mrityor Ruchiyamamrita. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Rose blue. Okay, sweetie. So I'm sending the love, I'm sending the strength, I'm sending the healing, and you're not alone. Okay. And do you have anything that you would like to add to that, Jonathan?
Yeah, Rose, I get the sense that you, like I, feel things much more strongly than we tell people we feel them, and that we have to accept the feelings. You can't bottle them up, but they do come unbidden. You know things, you feel things, you understand things, and we are, if everything were fantastic and wonderful and we were in a period of bounty and excitement and wonder, that'd be great. We're not. We're sort of in the balance of that period because everything in this physical universe has to be balanced. That's just one of the rules of nature. There's light and dark, good and bad, hot and cold. So we're going through a really dark, bad period now. And for people that are sensitive, it's more dark and can seem more bad. So I would like to encourage you to find something, no matter how simple or even trivial or silly it might be, something that gives you joy, something that is funny to you, something that makes you smile internally when you think about it or when you see it. Um, Hopefully you have something like that. Most of us do. Maybe for me, I can't see a kitten without feeling a reverence for life, because how could this tiny little silly wonderful crazy being be alive if God weren't at least partly happy with the world? So something in your life, maybe it's been a long time since you've really felt that way about that object, item, person, belief, whatever it is. Find that and focus on that. It's a way to take the negative energy, and trust me, again, I understand this part. You can focus on the negative thinking that you're going to conquer it. And what you're doing is reinforcing it. You're reinforcing negative thoughts in your life and in your manifestation. Try to find something positive, even if it's just, like I said, a picture of a kitten. Focus on that. Think of the delight and the joy and the wonder of this particular little fuzzy being, and that's come into the world, that's bringing such joy to you as you see the picture. Or maybe it's babies, or maybe it's art. Maybe you can look at a wonderful piece of art and see the genius that went into creating the light and the shadow and the colors of this particular person's talent. Find something positive and bear down on that, because we need light right now. We are entering a period of dark. That's pretty obvious. You need light in the dark. And again, we're also here. So check in.
Well, Rose Blue, we're sending you lots of love as you go through that. And the mantra that I did was Mrityunjaya mantra, and it's available on YouTube. There's a lot of really good videos that have it all laid out. Okay, and it's very good for times of anxiety. And I am so sorry that you're going through that, Jane. And blessings to we'll keep Mom in our prayers as well. And I hope that gets a little bit better. And Mrityunjaya is also a good mantra when we lose one of our fur babies as well. Okay, sweetie, my heart goes out to you. And you're welcome, Rose Blue. Thank you for joining us. We're sending you lots of love, okay, sweetie? And you're not alone, okay? Okay, so we have 8 left. Anamorphia, you are next. Can I ask about Tarot? How can I go about getting my dream interview for a YouTube video? Communicate, communicate, communicate. I got Mercury. So you're going to need to really put yourself out there and start making those contacts, sending those emails, and communicating, okay? because I got that you're not really connecting with people. I got Two of Wands reversed. So I said, okay, what's that's the, planning, business, coming together, taking action. If you're feeling a little like your self-esteem isn't quite there, try to step out of that a little bit, because it is being supported right now. The reason I say that is because I went to another deck and I got the Two of Wands upright. Once you step into your self-esteem and you start communicating with confidence what you want to get across, especially regarding this interview, it's going to be really great. So some more important, I run a YouTube channel where I interview people like psychology. I want to conduct an interview with an SA victim. How can I go about this? More specified. Okay, so they're asking you to start writing emails, start reaching out, talking to various individuals. There's actually a really good, it's called Cults for Consciousness. If you don't follow that channel, it's about a young woman who actually interviews a lot of SA victims. And so that might be a really good connection for that as well. I did get the Five of Wands. Okay, so try not to invite anybody who's there to argue or cause issues with the audience. There might also be some trolls in the audience as well that you're going to have to combat. But if you take this from a very carefree perspective, you communicate and you don't let your, what are they saying, lack of self-esteem to really contact really big wigs in the community, you might be surprised. Okay, so try not to put too much on it. Are you picking up anything, Jonathan, for anamorphia?
Don't be afraid to ask for interviews with people.
Yeah.
I've come across some folks in my life that were actually quite well known and, didn't particularly have any reason to come into contact with these people. But suddenly I knew somebody that knew somebody. It's like, oh my God, that person, that person. Yeah, I went to school with them and their father knows my father and we're good friends. All of a sudden you're talking to somebody that you thought was just like standing on top of a mountain, And for the most part, people like that are people. They have an ego, probably just like, you do and I do, but they're just people. So don't be afraid to approach someone as a person talking to a person, not as a nobody talking to a famous person. If you come from, you want to show respect, you want to show interest, you want to, you're offering them publicity, if nothing else. But don't be afraid to at least make the attempt, because the other thing that that I was told is, and I'm probably going to butcher this, and it's pretty well known anyway. Everybody is 8 people away from the most famous person in the world. You just have to start where you are, find somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and suddenly you're talking to, the president of the steelworkers union or whoever you're trying to get a hold of. So start where you are and work your way in. And when you start a YouTube channel, that does have a certain magic. When you contact somebody, a lot of people, even though they're computer literate and they might know what YouTube is, they might even watch YouTube videos, but there's a magic around, oh, I have a YouTube channel and I'd like to interview you about this and this and this and this. Suddenly you're given sort of immediate authority because of that. Now, you also want to plan. You don't want to just show up with no questions and say, hey, how's the weather where you are? But starting a YouTube channel, you also want to make sure, and you might want to spend some money on getting graphics, a logo, a look and feel, because rather than just using all the stock stuff, it does help if you have a professionally designed presence when people, especially if you're approaching people, you want to have a logo and a nice looking channel that people would be, proud to be represented on. So it's kind of like, it's a little like starting a business, except there's no brick and mortar. It's just all thought. So
and a good asset for you would be Cults for Consciousness, now that I'm thinking about it.
yeah.
So that'd be something to look into. We love that channel. It's fabulous because I came from a community like that. That's kind of like what that show's about. And I'm also a survivor. So yeah, I am an SA survivor. So there you go.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Multiple times. So, and I'm stronger for it. So, well, I hope that was helpful, sweetie. And we're sending you lots of love as you start making those contacts. Okay. All right, so Shem, you are, yay, are you here, sweetie? Guidance for 2025, please and thank you. Okay, I got a whole spread for you, sweetie. I got Mercury, I got Sagittarius, I got the third house, and I got Venus. So I'm going to read them straight across because I love it when this happens. Communicate your highest ideals by making the right connections. Analyze the rules of the ideas that are coming to you in question. Let your mind tell you how to get out in the world and get your ideas going. Okay. So Mercury is all about communicating. Sagittarius is ruled by Brihaspati or Jupiter. So that's like following that guru, that wise advice from within you. And the third house is all about getting those ideas going, getting things moving and working in teams and working with people. And I got that it involves something Venusian, which is like, beauty. And I know that you work with jewelry. So there you go. So this is the jewelry business. Okay. So I can see some really great things happening regarding the jewelry business. I got that you might be traveling the world a little bit more, or maybe developing a website where you're selling internationally, which is kind of cool. And this is the one thing that they said that you're going to have to be a little wary of, is I got the hangman reversed. Okay. This suggests that you may feel a little stuck or powerless at certain times throughout the year. And trusting your own judgment may be a little challenging, um, causing your self-esteem to plummet a little bit because you're doubting your worthiness of people and opportunities around you. You're good. Okay, there's a lot of good things coming. While you're maybe in a slump from time to time, you're not completely off your game. Okay. To navigate these cosmic influences, accept delays and hang in there for a little while. So there's going to be some delays, there's going to be some hiccups, but don't let them bring you down. Okay, sacrifices might be necessary along the way, but never at the expense of your future, your reputation, or your business. Okay, your talents, your abilities, your intelligence, they're all intact, even if they don't seem to be serving you well at certain moments throughout the year. They will be ready to propel you forward when the time is right, because your guides are going to be testing you a little bit. So exercise caution when it comes to some of these little stuck energies that I'm seeing, but don't succumb to fear. They'll all work out. They're showing me they're putting all of these things into place. The delays are going to create like complex circumstances that are beyond your control, but that's because they're trying to shift your perspective regarding something. So don't dwell on any negativity, and because that'll just continue to keep you stuck in like little ruts that they're showing me. And they're saying they're doing this so that you don't miss on other opportunities that the universe has for you. Because when I get the world up right, the world's your oyster. Okay. There's going to be some stuck delays, things like that. Don't let it get you down, because when I pick Venus, it's like, hey, Venus is the card that you want if you're working in jewelry. I had a jewelry store myself. This is a fantastic card to get. Okay. I hope that was helpful, sweetie. Did you pick up anything for Shem, Jonathan? Jonathan met me in my jewelry store, so
Yes, I did.
you shoplifted me, honey.
More like a payment plan, I think, but yeah.
Jeez, I'm not Melania.
Um, I get the sense that you kind of need two projects going. Make it be the same business, but you need to focus on one thing and really bear down on it, and that will kind of your interest will wane on that. So then you turn to the other one and you go, oh yeah, I can focus on this now. But they're both about the same, you know, business or activity. But when you get into business, you're going to find out very quickly there are about 50 different directions you have to be going at the same time. So it won't hurt to have like focus A and focus B and maybe focus C or focus D, because when you get tired of A or you run into a block and you realize I can call that guy 10 times today, he's not going to call me back, you know. You go to B or you go to C or you go to D. And so okay, prioritize. I made the call, I did the email, I'm going to put him over here and follow up in 3 days. What am I going to do today? I'm going to call these three people or contact these three vendors, or, you know, you need to have multiple priorities and then arrange them so that when something stalls out, you go to the next thing and then you check back 2 or 3 days later on the thing that stalled. Is it still stalled? Is it worth following up on? Or is it just completely, you know, dead and you move on? So you have to sort of become a juggler when you're in small business. There's a lot of different things you have to do, not only for just like if you are creating things of your own or if you're purchasing for resale, you always have to be looking for vendors, because the one thing I learned early in business is I used to be a computer systems dealer, and I built the computers, and from the chassis up. You find somebody, and they make the most fastest RAM in the world, and it's cheap and it's fantastic, and they go out of business in 3 weeks. So we have an order for X amount of units, and you need to find somebody to get those parts that you just lost access to. So you kind of need to, in business, you need to learn to multitask very quickly. And one way to do that is to have multiple sources for the things that you need for your business. Now, if it's all intellectual, then you need to start taking notes, because if it's intellectual, you're going to have a brainstorm, and then 2 days later go, what was that world-shaking idea that I had that, the other day when I was driving? So start taking notes, and start, actually, something that just pops into my head: tell everybody you know what you're doing, and ask them to tell someone, at least one person, what you're doing. You need to quickly get up to speed on clients, and especially if you're a consultant. So anyway, that's just some random, not random, but directed thoughts for a small business person. I wish somebody had told me some of these things, especially about having multiple vendors, because if one vendor goes out if you lose one vendor and you have a bunch of orders waiting, that's a very tense period of time.
Definitely, definitely. Well, thank you, Shem, and you're getting lots of help in the chat as well. Oh, understanding what the customers want. Yeah, I mean, all of my inventory was based on what was selling like hotcakes, so things like that. But yeah, many blessings to you as well, and love. And we're so glad that you're able to join us. And I'm really excited for you in this next year, Shem. We're sending you lots of love. Okay, so our next person is Celtic Seer, and I did see you in the chat. Message for January. Okay. I got some interesting energy coming your way. First, I got Virgo in the 12th house. 12th house is unseen things, okay? It's spirit, it's government institutions, but Virgos, they're dotting those I's, they're crossing those T's. They're looking at things with a fine-tooth comb, okay? So what's going on with this Virgo energy in this unseen realm, these things that are coming out in January? Your judgment's good. You're seeing things realistically. Okay, you're practicing good judgment. Here's the block. You ready for this? There is a Knight of Swords energy in and around you, okay? If this is you, beware that you could be your own worst enemy right now if you can't control your temper. If it's not you, there might be someone in your environment that is struggling here, because they're trying to prove others wrong in order to validate their own beliefs, and alienation instead of persuasion. If you have someone in your environment that's debating with you, who's kind of like negative, any kind of aggressiveness toward this person will backfire, because they're looking for a fight, okay? There's a lot of flux in your life in the moment, and it could cause some anxiety, some defensiveness. We're all kind of going through that right now. And while your plans, they're brave and they're brilliant, they're maybe a little impractical right now, but your judgment is good. That's what they're saying to me. This is a very outspoken individual. They can become a formidable rival. They're really good at debating, and they have more of a destructive way of handling relationships. So don't get involved in the controversy. That's the main thing that they're saying. Whether you're very clever and you're seeing things correctly, that's the main thing that they're showing. This person is, they're trying to pick a fight. So consider your words and blurting them out, or you're going to risk regret. Okay, does that make sense? I hope it does. That's a hard energy to kind of deal with in your environment. So yeah, we're sending you lots of love as you do that, Celtic. And oh, Anamorphia, you are so welcome. And I'm so glad that that was helpful for you. And I really appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. Yeah, it's every day is a different day. And Jonathan's part of my healing, so I'm very thankful to have a good, loving husband. So, all right, did you pick up anything, Jonathan?
Well, actually, Celtic Seer's handle is what we used to call it. Seer. You are a seer. You need to have more confidence in your own vision. And I know what I'm talking about here, because I still will say, oh, well, I'm not a psychic. And Michelle will say, stop saying that. Because You know, you say and do these things, you know, clearly you have resources, you know, that you know, whatever. So I think that I got just a little bit of me.
You served under a self-realized yoga master and developed psychic. Like, come on.
Well, who hasn't, you know?
And
So,
you figured this out before I did, you know. That was pretty neat.
so anyway, yes, case in point, me. Um, you need to sort of fall into your own talents, you know, explore your own talents, start taking notes. You know, when you do in fact see or feel or hear or sense something, make a note, you know,
Mm.
date, blah 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 came through my head, or I felt like this, or I, you know, I had an odd thought about so and so. And then periodically, you know, you also want to, nowadays you have to be in tune with the news, because if you're not, you're just going to be a bug on the windshield, you know. So when something happens on the news, it's, oh wait a second, a couple of months ago I wrote something in my journal about something, and boom, there you are, you know. So that's how you hone yourself into being useful to yourself and others, is to realize that probably all of us have this talent, but most people are just so busy. They don't have the emotional space or the family space or the time to sit down and just, it used to just be called thinking, you know, just think about something, focus on something, let the ideas come about that, make notes, and then, you know, there you have a little record of it. You'd be surprised how many times later, either very quickly or months later, oh wait, I remember writing something about that, and you look and, oh yeah, I felt that so and so was going to happen, and you start to believe in your talent. So keep track.
All right, sounds good. And I always, when I see Celtic fear in the chat, I'll do the third eye and then the little shamrock, because it's just like, it's just me recognizing you as another psychic. So, yes, you have good judgment, so do rely on that. And I'm so glad that that was helpful for you, sweetie. Okay, Janine, you are next. Could I have advice on, will I move this year? Social or private rent? Advice, please. Okay. Well, the first card I got was Sagittarius. So this is all about focusing, honing in on something that you want. Then I got the 12th house. You may need to keep your involvement hidden. Okay. Then I got, it's your career that might make you move. So I asked what was going on with the career, and I got the injustice card. This is going to be hitting a lot of us in the next year. You might move because things change in the work front, and you're going to have to change the way that you make money, the way that you see money, and the way that you manage money. Taking all of your assets, maybe putting them into again, for entertainment purposes only, a high yield savings account, and moving to a country where it's easier to live off of a smaller amount of money. Like Jonathan and I at the beginning of the show mentioned that we got 4 giant bags of groceries at the store today, and it came at $25. If we bought the same thing in America, it would be probably at a zero. Okay, so there might be some changes coming regarding the move, and it's going to involve work and some hidden things that you may not be seeing on the front, but they will reveal themselves in time. And just be ready, like Sagittarius, be ready to launch that arrow and find out where it lands and where you're going to be next. Okay, sweetie. And I wouldn't look into social or private yet because the event hasn't happened yet. Okay, sweetie. You have anything that you want to add, Jonathan?
Well, start planning. You know, you might find that as you're going through, you know, by planning, I mean, okay, when am I going to move? Where am I going to move? How am I going to move? What impact is a move going to happen on my social life, my work life, my, you know, just everything? Because these are things that you're going to have to answer themselves if you do in fact move. If you don't, then, you know, they might help to answer, why didn't I move? Well, because I can't move that far from this resource or this person or this job or this, you know, whatever. So start making, you should probably just sit down and make a chart. You know, these are my assets. These are my liabilities. This is what I want to happen. This is what is currently happening. This is, you know, what happens if the events that need to happen don't happen? What happens if they do happen? You know, so because we just moved, I can tell you that there were 1,000 things that were not on the list that we had already, my lovely wife who encouraged me constantly during this process is an excellent planner, thank God. And 95% of the process was easier because she had already gotten to the thing that was the problem, had codified solutions for the problem, and ways to implement those solutions. So you have to start thinking about it before you do it, I guess, is the short version of that. So it didn't really sound like this was a voluntary move. Again, it's just a brief question, but it did sound like that maybe this was something you had to do. Or I wouldn't say being forced to do, but this is something that you had to do rather than something that you had planned to do. So if you have to do it, you might want to really look into the reasons why you're allowing yourself to use someone else's reasons for the move. If you're going to help a family member, that's one thing. But if you think you've met the love of your life and you have to move 2,500 miles only to find out, whoops, that was a social thing, not so much a moving in forever thing. So, and again, I understand. I'm just clearly all over the place because not a lot to work with. But think about what to think before you leap, I guess, is the old guy advice.
Okay, thank you, sweetie. And thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jackie. You're sweet. It was really rough, but we did it. We did it. And a Celtic Seer, this is such a good comment. I suggest people get supplies that they need now, like the expensive stuff now, because the tactics of the next administration will affect all of us. You are exactly right. Yeah, I agree with you. Oh, Brian, happy New Year. Thank you for joining the stream. It's lovely to see you. Okay. So we have the lovely Risa, then Lisa, then Funboy, and then we're going to go ahead and sign off. So Miss Risa, message for 2025. You got it. Okay. So they want you focusing on relationships. Okay. I got Virgo and I got 7th house. I'm not sure if you're in a relationship, but that's what they're highlighting. And it's about finding balance, healing, direction. Virgo's a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to relationships. Venus is debilitated in Virgo. So you're going to have to find some balance and cooperation with your partner, avoid those perfectionism pieces. If you're not in a relationship, there might be some diplomatic elements going on there. I asked the tarot what was kind of going on in this department for you, sweetie. And the main energy, oh, you're married to a Virgo. Okay. Well, that's why they want you to, they want you to focus on your relationship. Okay. So that's why they're bringing, oh, thank you, Celtic Seer. That's very sweet of you. So that's what they really have you focused on. I got the 2 of Wands. Okay, so it's time to craft a plan together, getting together with that beautiful Virgo energy. And they're saying that you've reached a really pivotal moment where even though you're kind of in a position of power in your relationship, there's some very important choices that you're going to need to make as a couple moving forward. So take a moment to reflect on your journey this far, like she is in the card here, and envision the path that you both want to take personally and professionally together. And this is really crucial because it's going to help you evaluate your situation and make very thoughtful plans for your future without getting overly anxious, because this next year is going to be woo for a lot of us, okay? Remember that you're not alone in this endeavor. Your spouse is likely to be very involved. You have a very strong bond, and it's based on a lot of creative inspiration and a potential for great success if you guys come together and do this jointly. So don't overlook the importance of details in these new plans. You're married to a Virgo, so that's a really good start. And balance both the broad strokes and those finer aspects. And that's going to lead to not only success, but happiness. So sit down and make that list together on what you want to see for your future, because that's what's coming. Okay? Anything you want to pick up on that, Jonathan?
Yeah, that sounds great. Participation, mutual participation in your lives, absolutely. But be very cautious in the near future, because we don't have any idea we know what we're being told, which is not good, but we don't really have any idea what's going to happen in the next, let's say, 6 months. hopefully the world will hold together, and a lot of this is just bluster and, infighting. But if things happen the way that people are saying that they're going to try to make them happen, your energies might have to go in a whole different direction, you know. So I would say planning would be great. Sit down and start planning, you know, home life, vacations, money, savings, whatever. Start planning, because I think we're going to learn very quickly how this new administration is going to affect our world. So I'm not saying it's going to take, years or maybe not even months, but you don't want to be in the middle of a move when suddenly there's no gas supply available at the gas stations, things like that. This is something that I actually went through back in when was that, the 70s, when there was a war in the Mideast, and the United States all of a sudden didn't have any gasoline. And I was doing about a 1,700-mile trip with two other people, and I remember waiting for 2 hours in line to get 4 gallons of gas because they had rationed it. So things could get like that again. And especially when the person who has the ability to make things like that happen says, I'm going to make that happen day one. So uh, absolutely make plans, but maybe be cautious in executing the plans until we have some idea of how solid the footing is going forward.
Okay, well, we hope that was helpful, Risa. And I love that you're married to a Virgo. That's fabulous. And we're wishing you all types of, and I love that she goes, we do our vacation planning together, Jonathan. It's great. That's wonderful. Sounds like my hubby, LOL, and perfection. Yes, perfectionist. That's definitely something that comes with that Virgo energy. So I have a little bit of that too, but it makes us really great planners. So yes, and questions are closed. Blossom, you are welcome to join us next week. We've been on for 2 hours and 11 minutes, and we're just wrapping things up. But please come back. We'd love to see you. All right. So is Lisa still here? Miss Lisa. Go ahead and check in, Lisa. And I'm just going to go ahead and give you a quick reading because we're getting ready to close out. I got second house. I got Taurus. Okay. Yes, you're here. Fabulous. They really want you focusing on your finances and your savings accounts. Okay. That's the main thing. For entertainment purposes only, Sagittarius is all about launching that arrow and finding out where you want to safely invest. Okay. So make sure that you're paying attention to what's going on financially this year, because that's going to be a big thing. All right. How should you go about this? I got focus is the key. This is the Ace of Swords. This card wields a double-edged sword. It represents both attack and defense. And the influence is very positive, but be cautious of spreading your assets too thin, over too many new ideas or goals this year. Because in order to achieve success, you're going to need to channel your energy into a singular point or focus. By honing in your concentration, you're going to unlock profound insights and ideas regarding that house of savings. So you can triumph over falsehoods, challenges, and ignorance in this area. And especially if you stand up for those deeply held principles, and that will leave a mark. Okay, that's that Sagittarian energy that I'm picking up on. So present your ideas with a lot of clarity, a lot of precision, cut to the chase, avoid being forceful. And it's really important that you stand up for your beliefs without imposing them on others as you press through this. But this is a very mental activity that needs to happen for you this year. It's going to make room for new growth and beginnings. And your unique plans and strategies will come to fruition if you're focused. Okay? Hope that was helpful, Lisa. You're welcome. You picking up on anything, Jonathan?
Lisa, what is your biggest concern right now? What is for lack of a better term, what is your biggest fear right now?
Welcome, Tammy.
And Lisa, feel free to say to me, I don't want to tell you that, but something just came to me. It's like, yeah.
That I will
never feel again. Yeah, you will. You will. Healing Healing has to come from within, and that's very trite, and it's an old saying, but you have to learn to forgive yourself. You have to learn to trust yourself, and you have to learn to um, just accept that things happened that you either did or didn't have a lot of choice in, and you're now on the other side of that. Now, if you're not on the other side of that, then you need to take steps to get on the other side of that. And by on the other side, whatever made you feel the way you're feeling now, if it's still present, if it's a person or a condition or a situation, take steps to get out of it, no matter, to some extent, no matter the cost, because the cost to you now is that you feel bad and you feel trapped. That's not a great way to spend your days. You know, if it costs money, spend the money. If it costs time, spend the time. If it costs distance, like you have to move away from something to get away from it, do that. But I would also see if there's someone in your network that you can speak very frankly and freely with, about this. I have everything in life, family, an amazing career, but I don't think I will ever feel again. It's not, I'm on my own with my children. Um, uh, yeah, I think probably this is no help, but you're not alone in that. You need to get into a situation of mutual uh, sharing, whether it's a church group or a social group, just somewhere where people sit down and talk to each other about things that are going on in their lives, usually not great things. You'll find social circles are available, and just go and sit. You don't have to necessarily participate, but if you go to these uh, I'm trying to think of a name. It's escaping me now. I can't explain. I have everything, but I'm empty inside. Um, I don't think that you're alone in that. There are a lot of people that have what they need materially to get through the day. You have food, maybe family, that sort of thing. But you live in a converted church.
That's cool.
Yeah. Um,
It sounds like you're going through an existential crisis, Lisa. And
yeah.
what I got from my cards is when you focus your energy towards something outside of the material through meditation, that will change your focus. Existential crises they come to us when we're focused too much on what's going on out here and not enough about what's going on in here. So if you can maybe get into a group or even on your own, a practice where you can take that energy of out and you bring it in, that can be very helpful. And support groups, yes, Brian, that's really good advice too. Support groups are very helpful. And yes, it's beautiful. I'm happy. I'm really happy. I'm connected with Agna. Okay. So are you picking up anything about Agna? That's something that's coming to her in meditation, or she's hearing the word Agna? I'm getting clear audience on that one.
Well, Agni, but not. I have
Fire.
no.
Yeah.
I have no relation or no connection to Agna, but Agni is fire.
Ajna, the third eye. Ajna. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Third eye. Yeah.
Well, it's possible that you're tapping into that, and meditation and maybe a support group that deals with meditation, yoga, and focus could be very good for you, because I got focus, focus, focus. That's all they're telling me, Jonathan. Are you getting something else, or?
Yeah, actually, if you are spontaneously, like these things are coming to you spontaneously, you may be having a past life experience where you spend a lot of time, maybe as yoga practice or another spiritual practice, to awaken the Ajna chakra, and that can move forward into this birth. So I would add something that you might try is to find an accredited group like the Sivananda Yoga Vedanta Society has a whole training program where all of their teachers have to go through. I'm one of those teachers. I used to be the director of the Chicago Sivananda Yoga Vedanta Center. And if you walked in and said, look, I'm having this problem, they could give you some concentration exercises to help channel that into where it's supposed to be going, rather than sort of a feedback loop where you feel like this is in my way rather than this is something that can help me. So I would look for some sort of advice through an accredited organization that specializes in Hatha and what's called Raja, R-A-J-A yoga, because those are the two branches of yoga that deal with the chakra system.
Okay, and it's sivananda.org. And let me see if I can get this on Facebook for you, sweetie, because it's a really, really good organization. And you might be having a past life experience where you're remembering your yoga experiences. That's how Jonathan and I connected. So let me try to find that for you. And then I will, okay, I see you. I'm sending you the link now. Okay. There you go. And that's on Facebook. There you go. All right. Okay. Well, we hope that was helpful, sweetie. And it is a calming feeling. I've made leaps and bounds just in the last 10 years of doing, the yogic lifestyle. And it was what caused us to kind of see the writing on the wall and make steps to help us both materially and spiritually moving forward. And you're so welcome, sweetie. Yeah, you're remembering things. So, especially if you have a life that's full of bounty, that tells me that you did a lot of good karma in your past life, which tells me that the devas are supporting you in exponential ways. So, yeah, existential crises happen to us when we're being called in another direction, and it's usually spiritual. So, yeah, come back and let us know how you're doing, because that's some big stuff, sweetie. And blessings to you, Brian. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you can join us again. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for sharing your light with us, sweetie. Oh, Happy New Year. Okay, so we have one question left, and it's Fun Boy. Are you in the audience, my dear? Can I get a reading about Sekhmet and if she wants to work with me? Oh, there was an orphanage attached to the church that your house was converted to. That's interesting. You might be picking up on some of those spirits, sweetie. If you're already tapped in. Okay, Fun Boy, I'm going to go ahead and just give you a quick reading, and because we've got to go. I got Sagittarius. You're going to have to really, really focus if you're going to work with Sekhmet, because she wants your total and complete undivided attention. You already know how to do it. I got the 8 of Swords. You know your way through the situation. You just have to remove the blindfold and get started with that spiritual practice. And do not miss on the opportunities that she's going to be sending you, because they're pretty amazing. All right? I hope that was helpful, Fun Boy. Anything you're picking up on, Jonathan? Because Sekhmet's pretty freaking powerful.
Yeah. Be respectful.
Yes, very respectful. All right. Well, we hope that was helpful, Fun Boy. And you're so welcome, Lisa. Thank you for joining us and sharing your beautiful energy. And for those who came late, we're here every single week. I've got some fabulous guests on for January. Gerald's coming back, which, yay, cowbell. We have the amazing Sherry Voices from the Strong, who is like the sweetest, most amazing person ever. We have the incredible Allie, Heart and Soul Connected. I guess that, yeah, Marina. And then we also have Marina, which is Heart Centered Tarot. So we've got some really great guests. I'm really excited to read with just everyone in the community again. If you haven't seen me on your channel, it's because I've been making an international move, and I'm hoping to get back into the swing of things. And just to let everybody know, Jonathan and I will be doing the Boomer Mill on January 9th, and that's going to be at 5 o'clock Pacific, and 7 o'clock Eastern. So we did a lot of research on what's going on in the world, and we're going to be sharing what we found and why we made the jump, as well as our international travels and what we're doing to stay safe as we enter a new America. So is there anything that you would like to announce, sweetie, before we sign off? And
Oh, only that we're really happy to see some old faces and some new faces, and to be welcomed back so thoroughly. It's very humbling to disappear and then reappear, and people are happy to see you.
I
So I'm very
know.
thankful for that.
It is, and I lost a lot of subscribers, so I hope you guys come back and know that I'm always here. And Jackie, thank you so much for showing up and being the mod with the most. I missed you so much. I can't wait to see you on the other channels again once we're able to get back in the swing of things. We're going to be moving into our new apartment tomorrow and getting settled there, getting towels and bedding and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a little bit before I go. And thank you for subscribing to the Boomer Mill Reset. It means a lot to us. We put a lot of work into this next video. It's going to be really good. So without ado, I just want to thank everybody for joining us. And for those who stuck with me, I really, really appreciate it, guys, because I know that I was gone for a while. And yeah, it's a joy to know that you're still here, and that when I turn the lights on, there were still people in the room. So I really appreciate your companionship and for joining us today. So we're sending you lots of love, and we will see you next week, both the Boomer Mill and for our show. I'm going to have some wonderful guests on. I just announced them, and we're sending you all love as we move into the new year, and we're praying for you. And if you'd like to be on our list, you're always welcome to email me, and I will include you in our prayer list. We do it every single morning and night. We do healing mantras. So we're sending you all love, and thank you so much for joining us. Mwah. Take care, everyone.